welcome back to my channel. It is time for my monthly rundown of new perfume releases. We've had some interesting releases this month, so I'm going to take you through all the ones I've managed to get my hands on. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. Every month I do a video like this, so do check out my previous months. I also have in-depth videos on each of these, as well as hundreds of other videos on whole ranges, perfume notes, so do check them out. And if you're a regular viewer, make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. And of course, you can check out my fragrances, Empress, Aphrodite, and my super concentrated slow wax candles, all on my website, SokiLondon.com, with worldwide shipping. Cool, so where shall I start? I think I'll start with my favorite release of the month, and that is the new Arden Mediterranean Honeysuckle Tiare. So the Arden fragrances are part of Estee Lauder. Arden's actually the granddaughter of Estee Lauder, and she has this Arden range, which are really beautiful, mainly fresh, floral, summery perfumes inspired by her travels all around the world. The original Mediterranean Honeysuckle is one of their best sellers, and it's a really pretty, fresh, clean, lemony, summer floral scent, really classy. And each year for the past, I think, 4 years, they've done these limited edition versions. Last year we had Clementina, which was a really lovely orange version, and this year we have Tiare, which is all about the tiare flower, which is a tropical flower and one of my favorite like summer perfume notes. So this one actually doesn't have much of the DNA of the original Mediterranean Honeysuckle. We do have like a lemony opening, but overall the tiare flower is definitely the main note, and it really reminds me of the other Arden perfume, Hibiscus Palm, which is my favorite Arden perfume. So hibiscus, tiare flower are really quite similar notes. They're used often in the same perfume along with frangipani. They're basically tropical floral notes. This is like a slightly lighter version of Hibiscus Palm, but it's definitely got more power than original Mediterranean Honeysuckle. I absolutely love this. It was love at first sniff. When I saw that it was being released, a tiare flower one, I knew I was gonna love it. And these perfumes are quite pricey, so this 50ml is about £100. You can get them on Look Fantastic, along with a lot of these perfumes I talk about, where you can get up to 25% off with my code LFTFSOKI. I'll leave that details down below. But for me, like, this is worth the money because it's so classy, it's pretty, it really sticks around. Actually, I sprayed this when I went out the other day, and then the next day I put the same coat on and I could smell it there again, and that happens with Hibiscus Palm as well. So there aren't many brands that do these very fresh perfumes that actually last. So I do think they are good quality. The bottles are beautiful, and these limited edition versions, they do legit disappear. I think they just do one batch, and when they're gone, they're gone. So by Christmas, this will be gone. So I do recommend getting it if you like the sound of it before it goes. It's really beautiful, so classy, bit tropical, but you could wear this all year round, I think. So another great new release this month is from Lancome, and it's a version of their La Vie Belle perfume called Rose Extraordinaire. So the original La Vie Belle is a very sweet praline patchouli perfume. It's a worldwide bestseller, and it's very strong, and I find in general the Lancome perfumes are really good for lasting. The Dior range, the Tresor range, I do recommend them all. And this again is another great quality perfume. It comes in the La Vie Belle bottle, but it has this beautiful rose sort of pattern on it, and it doesn't really have any of the DNA of the original. It doesn't have that sweet vanilla praline at all, and it doesn't have any patchouli. Instead, this is just a really beautiful, classy rose. So the name is definitely spot on, Rose Extraordinaire. Any lovers of rose perfumes, this is a great rose perfume that I highly recommend. The lasting power is really good. It smells classy, pretty. It has a little bit of iris in, which echoes the Iris Absolue that came out last year, which I think has been very popular. And it does have some green notes in here, sort of representing the stems and the leaves of the rose, which work really well, I think. I did a top 10 rose perfume video about 6 months ago, and if I were to do that again, I would definitely add this. This is a great rose, probably one of the best pretty rose perfumes out there that doesn't have loads of other notes going on. So any lovers of rose, definitely recommend this. We have another new one actually from Lancome in their La Nuit Tresor range, which is much less well known. They have the most beautiful bottles, these diamond shaped bottles. And again, the original of this is quite a sweet praline perfume. But this one here, which is just called La Nuit Tresor Le Parfum, is a little bit different and actually reminds me of Tresor Midnight Rose. So this has like a fruity berry opening. And then we've got rose and patchouli. So it's a little bit like my Empress, which also has like strawberry, rose, patchouli. Definitely similar to La Nuit Tresor as well. It's a little bit sexy, interesting, a little bit fruity sweet, definitely leaning a little bit more towards the evening, though I would say you could wear this during the day, particularly in the autumn and winter. And they did have a version of this La Nuit Tresor Dentelle de la Rose, which was discontinued, and I think this is very similar. So if you liked that, I think you'll like this. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to be available in a lot of countries. I'm not sure what's going on with the La Nuit Tresor range, but I will put the links to where I can find it is available. So next up we have a new one from Mugler, Thierry Mugler, in their Alien range, and this one is called Alien HYPERSENSE. So original Alien is a super strong jasmine perfume, one of the strongest perfumes you can get, really, really heavy. And this one definitely has that signature DNA of original Alien. It's, I would say, 80% the same scent as Alien. It has a little bit of woodiness and it has a fresh pear in the opening. So for me, this is like a slightly fresher version of original Alien, kind of like Alien Eau de Toilette, which I think was discontinued. It's not massively different because we have had like Alien Goddess, which was very different, vanilla and amber. This one is more a version of the original. If you like the original, you'll definitely like this. If you like the original but find it too heavy, then this could be a good option for you because it is like fresher and lighter. But I don't think it's really worth owning both because I find it very similar to the original. The bottle is cute with this like orange and purple colors on it, and it's being advertised so heavily. I'm seeing this everywhere at the moment. But yeah, it's kind of, I guess if you aren't familiar with Alien, it's been out for so long, you might try this and fall in love with the range. We have another new one from Narciso Rodriguez, and this is called Narciso Rodriguez for her Musk Nude. So this brand is really known for their powdery, musky, clean fragrances. This one is like a deeper version of the original. It's very powdery, very musky. I definitely get the nude branding and everything, but it has kind of a warm ambery undertone to it with patchouli and tonka bean, which make it a little bit heavier, in my view, a little bit more wintry, deeper than the original for her, and more like the Narciso Cube ones, which are like heavier, I find, than the ones that come in these bottles for her. So I think if you do like your very musky perfume, this one might be for you. I do find that it lasts well. In general, the Narciso Rodriguez perfumes do last pretty well, but personally I prefer sticking with the original Narciso Rodriguez for her because it just felt very clean and it didn't have these warmer notes in. I found it very modern powdery scent, whereas this is a little bit more of a classic powdery vibe. Next, we have a new one from Kylie Jenner, Kylie Cosmetics, her first perfume, which is called Cosmic. This perfume I'm sure will get so much hate because all Kardashian stuff gets a lot of hate on the internet, but I actually think this is a good perfume. It definitely smells like how I imagine Kylie Jenner smells like, if that makes sense. So it's a sweet, warm floral. We've got some jasmine in here, we've got some ambery undertones. There's nothing fruity or fresh about this. It reminds me a bit of Carolina Herrera Good Girl, actually. And I actually found that the lasting power on this was really good. It's really quite strong. And this is a 30ml, it costs 30 something pounds. It's pretty good value for money. Reminds me a bit of the Victoria's Secret perfumes of Ariana Grande Cloud. Definitely sexy and grown up, but still relatively young. So kind of like embodies her, and that's why it really does smell like what I imagine she smells like. So I do think this will do well. It's got a unique bottle, it's refillable. So I actually do think this is a good perfume. It is Soki approved. And if you like your sweet Victoria's Secret type scents, then this is good value for money, and I think you'll like this. We have a new one from Dolce & Gabbana. This is their Q Intense. Last year they released Q, which was a very light to me, lemon and cedar woody perfume. It was meant to have cherry in. I couldn't smell any cherry in it. This new one does smell of cherry. It's a dark black cherry. And then it has some warmer notes of heliotrope in here. So this feels like warmer, even though it's called Intense. For me, it's like a typical eau de parfum. And then the original Q performs like an eau de toilette in my view. Definitely a better perfume than the original. Is it worth the price tag? This 30ml cost me £70. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a better perfume than the original. And if you do like that black cherry note, which is much warmer and deeper than a traditional cherry note, then this might be one to try. I also find it very unisex as well. We also have a new one from Kylie, part of the Huda Beauty brand. Last year she released 4 oud perfumes in an Oudgasm collection, and she's added a 5th one called Smokey Oud. Now guys, this is one of the heaviest perfumes I've come across in a long time. We are talking like heavy oud, incense, spices, smokiness for sure. It's very intense. So if you are a lover of oud, and you want something really oudy, then this is for you. It's definitely their strongest perfume for sure. Often oud perfumes can be very expensive. You can be paying £200-300 for them. I think this one is around £100, so it is good value for money to get that level and that intensity, that strength for less than what it normally costs you. But definitely not one for the faint-hearted, definitely for people that literally just want to smell so much of oud and have it last forever. We do have a new one from Arden in her green tea range, in their green tea range. Green tea, of course, a classic fragrance, been around for a while, very light, very affordable, clean, crisp, green tea, cucumber, lemony vibe. This one is called Coconut Breeze, and it definitely has the signature DNA of the original with the fresh, clean, like lemony and leafy type vibe. And then underneath we have a coconut, so it's like a summer version, a tropical vacation version of original green tea. And these are eau de toilette, so it's very light. You're going to use this kind of like a body mist. You can spray loads of it, perhaps on the beach or on a really humid day. It's fun, it's fresh, it's not long lasting, but that's not what you expect from these perfumes. And it retails for about $30. I got this from Look Fantastic again, so I used my code to get it for less. But if you're looking for something very light for when it really is like hot weather, or you're a fan of the original green tea and you want something a bit different, then I would say you give this a try. And then lastly, we have a new one from Issey Miyake in the L'Eau d'Issey range, which is a famously like fresh aquatic lotus lily range. This one is called Solar Violet, so it's a little bit different. Violet is a very powdery floral note, which makes this quite different to the original, but they have definitely got the original aquatic fresh DNA in here, but then with these powdery violet notes. So it's a combination you don't come across a lot, like feminine powdery and then aquatic fresh like lilies, but that's what they've done here. So if you do want if you are a fan of those violety, slightly powdery feminine fragrances, but you want something light, this is an eau de toilette, then this could be a nice option for you. And it definitely doesn't have the strength of the original L'Eau d'Issey, which is famous for its lasting power, but it comes in this pretty purple bottle and reminds me a bit of the Drop d'Issey fragrances as well. Cool, so those are all the new releases that I've managed to get my hands on this month. Let me know what else you're looking forward to, what else should I get to review in the next weeks, and let me know in the comments below and which is your favorite new release of all of these. All the links will be in the description to where you can buy them as always, where they're available, and do give the video a thumbs up. But that's it guys, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!